Oh yes, people. Then we are back. Welcome back to Danny AFC TV. Shouts out to all the real ones. I am, I am in as usual the building. A little late, better late than never, I suppose. So shouts out to all the real ones. Let me get a drink, mate. I'll be late for fucking my own funeral. Buwadi is in the team. Scotland, you are banging trouble. Scotland, will a point be enough? Who's in Scotland's group? We will go look at Scotland's group in just a minute and see how the other teams have got on. Hold on. Hold up. People, 1 minute. Go on, brother. 1 second. Let me hold on. Yeah, that's good. Oh my god, 1 sec, lads. No, move! I'll kill you. Where's there a lighter? Lighter. That wasn't working. Hold on. Give me a minute, Buzz. I've got gas. Guys, imagine that on timing. Hold on. Fucking hat's falling off. Hold on. All sorts is going on here. Where's there a lighter in the yard? I'm telling you. This one I'll have to do. Who's on my phone? Everyone leave me alone. We're having a moment here. Brother? Yo. Easy. It's a fuck all trying back on me. Easy. Look, I'll go sit down. And Morocco 1-0 up. Well, there's Scotland's chances. Wow. What's going on here? Better late than never, wee man. One minute gone. What's going on here? Why is my light on? Sabari, the new Bayern Munich player. Wow. Let's try and get the stream out there real quick. Wow. Scotland. Wow. Who did Morocco play? I've got to fucking work out who's all in these groups. Jummer is in the building. No, he isn't. He's texting me though. Wow. It's going to be a long old night for Scotland. Tierney's in the team. Get deep. Do you care what I mean? You got to dig deep now, Scotland, eh? Oh wow, what a nightmare of a start for Scotland though. What's that? Official Messi, who cares? Guys, do be liking, do be subscribing if we're new. Panic stations for Scotland, you care what I mean, eh? This is not good. This is not good for Scotland at all. Let that Gravo. Well, go on. Bro, Scotland the 1-0 down, you know. I thought I'd have to represent Scotland today, Tartan Army. I'm trying to work out who's in their group. Yeah, it's United States or America. It's going to be hard for Scotland to qualify. Who is in Scotland's group? Let me get this right. Scotland, right. So it's Brazil next. I reckon Brazil punch up Scotland. Hearing all confusion. Well, go on, bros. I told Nemo to call you still, you know. But shouts out to all the real ones. I've been caught out here totally. I'm going to have to close in my window so the whole world can hear me. Sabari is signed for Bayern, mate. Arsenal have got to do the right thing and get Buwadi in. Barcola, I'm cool with it. But he ain't that good. He ain't world class. Revo, what's good, my brother? Today was a madness, bro, if I ever told you. Move, Lock. Move! Look at this look. Move. Back up. hot dog. That's a bit of zoo, guys. Let's dash all of this away. Oh no! I didn't go get cigarette. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay. Okay. I've got no cigarette. No. As Nemo would say, literally, no. No. And you can't even get cigarette in this village, bros. Bros, this guy must have made way too much money. When I say he's the hungriest guy, I should make sure he never got a shift in it now. He wouldn't have got a shift. He's well too slippery, bros. Well too smart. I'm sure of it. Yeah, bros. The guy done something uncharacteristic, but we'll chat about that another day. Scotland, they're done for, bros. I think Brazil are at 2 in the morning. I knew I wanted to sneeze. Just let the sneeze out, innit? Brazil are 1:30, and then Turkey, Paraguay is at 4. Wow, what an evening of football. Brazil 1:30, and then Turkey, Paraguay. It's a must-win. It's shit or bust for Turkey, bros. I can't believe they got beat by Australia. Literally, I can't believe it. Tomorrow, Germany, Ivory Coast, and Holland, Sweden, which will be an interesting game. Alright, let's try to get the stream out there real quick. Let's go WhatsApp. Which manager's lost his job as well? Was it Tunisia? Do be liking, do be subscribing, people. Who's with me? It has been a quiet start to the day. Do you know what? I'll duck and go and buy cigarettes, but you know what? You can't even get cigarettes. The Tesco closes the cigarette counter at like 8 at night. I'm having a nightmare. I just dropped a little bit of ash down my neck. Look at Buhari. Buhari is just different class. Looks so calm. Looks so calm. James is trying to call me, mate. What are you doing? Always when I'm live or something. Always, every time. As soon as I go live, I'll get someone fucking texting me. Always happens. Scotland, it looks like they've got no chance. Where can I get cigarette from in this village? How annoying. I can't believe it. I need to go out there and get cigarette. Could ask my neighbour. I don't like asking people for shit. Shit, man. That's what happens when you go to some village, bros. I'm telling you. This is what happens when you reach a village. Wow. Where can I get cigarettes? I might have to call my neighbour for real. Be like, yo, where do I get cigarettes from? Where does man like me get cigarettes? Where could I possibly get cigarettes from? Wow. Yes, mind games. Stop the cap. Okay. Cheers so much. Having more technical problems out here worrying about your cap problems, bruv. Jesus. Live now. Oh, Scotland, you're in all sorts of trouble. That could have so easily been two. That's mad. Guys, who is with me? What did I do? Oh, wow. I've just turned off the fucking channel. Oh, you're a clever guy, Dan. USA, Scotland. What minute are we on? You can see why you didn't honour my ness. Who? Who? Hey, what? Where the fuck is this game? I've lost it again. Here we go. Who is that? You say what? One look up. Who did I upset in the building, people? Shouts out to UE. Sabari looks good, says UE. You can see why you don't follow me. What? Stop the cap. Oh, that only one person I think in the world talks like that. I think I know who that is. All right, shouts out to you. Hey, 1 o'clock. Right, hold on. Let's sort myself out. I am so fucking hot. Always new players come up in World Cups. Sabari is the next one. Who thinks Sabari's a G? Here's Yakimi. Let's try and fix up for a second about Mesh, you know. Jesus. I was thinking of not going live. I was actually just pissed off and disturbed, but yeah. Did you ever see what I received through my post when I got home, guys? Oh gosh. It's on me. It's onto me. I couldn't even, I took a picture, I thought, should I send like my sister or something? I was like, no, man. Yui was good, bros. Bros, I had the worst news in the world tonight, but boy, it's not for the stream. Sabari is the one, bros. Bros, certain people sneak through their life in Holland, bros, and like, who's that midfielder Newcastle bid 50, 60 mil for in the summer? And they're saying he's going somewhere big. You can see. Don't be silly, bros, man. But yeah, it's still that. Sabari is class, but yeah. Bro, there's only one Moroccan boy I'm watching. It's Ayab Bouadi. Like, come on, so many teams. Man City want a midfielder. Elliot Anderson, 125 mil. Like, let's be real. Elliot Anderson is a good footballer, but he's not 125 million worth of footballer. And never will be. Like, he's good. I don't even think Elliot Anderson is like Declan Rice, like as good as him, to be straight with you. Let's get a drink. My mouth's all nice and dry. The baby side drinks that ain't working for me. Shout out to all the real ones. But yeah, where was we? Oh, bro, it's mad. Bro, it is the worst ever. Like if I come on the group now and told you, bros. Basically, where is it? I come home to a letter, bros. It's way too personal for the stream, bros. Just twisted up my head, bros. It was one of them ones, yeah. My own brethren there saying about mess, bros, like alcohol. Bros, I blast my ass with alcohol now. That was something that kind of mellow me. Weed can't even do enough right now. Bro, I'll tell you slightly on the group, bros. It's mad. It's unfair. It's... Bro. If I sent you something, bro, it's mad. We'll keep away from it from this stream, bro, because, yeah, it's just bringing me down. Like, it has just been a really weird day and just, yeah. It's coming to a whole fucking madness, like, in the next few days. But, yeah, let's stay away from that. Guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. And, yeah, when I just say, do you know when things are just bare false? Everyone can say innocent in certain things, like, in this country, it's meant to be innocent until proven guilty. No, I didn't get shit or nothing like that. But I was, just wait. This is It's in black and white, and like, yeah, like anyone that knows me, it's like, nah. People know me. I am what I am, innit? Good, bad, evil, whatever. But the shit I just read about me, bros. How much has he cost Bayern Munich, bros? Because I swear they nicked him just before the World Cup. They done a very smart move, bros. The deal was done. But is it PSV, bros? Or Feyenoord? Who's got that shit hot midfielder? He's got a really short name, like, I don't know. Is it 3 letters? Like, the Don? Like, I can't remember, bros. Oh. You know what I'm like? I'm scared of players from France sometimes, from Germany. But Holland, bros, that's a really scary place. But yeah, Sabari had a really, really productive season last year in Holland, bros. Don't know how old he is. He's just sprung up, innit? Ryan Smart. They signed him for the World Cup. Oh yeah, most definitely, bros. But then again, this is where Arsenal lack, bros. Okay, Rodgers might not go and put 50 million on his valuation, bros, but with English tax, he's already going to cost the best part of 100 mil. But why are we letting this one persist? I'm not saying it's easy when someone's at a World Cup, but allegedly we wanted him from January. Arsenal have been talking to him for ages. Well, there's too much chat going on at my club, bros. Way too much chat. Way too much chat going on at my club. Oh, Scotland. I did fancy Scotland for the draw today, but with them now going 1-0 down so early, I can't see it. Look at these Moroccans. 17 minutes gone. They're celebrating everything like it's a goal. Exactly, bros. But it's not going to be. It's going to be the Declan Rice argument all over again. I'm texting my neighbour, see if she's got any cigarette. Oh, look at this. Hakimi going through. It's going to be hard work for Scotland, bros. Yeah, I still think we need a central midfielder badly, though, bros. Buwadi, I think it's necessary. Zubimendi wasn't good enough, bro. Skelly, it's a lot early for him. It's a lot. It's a lot for him. Well, I can't see it, bros. I've been told, maybe my link and source is wrong, but we've offered him out in Europe for like £38 million. Maybe for Premier League clubs, it would be different tax. And personally, yeah, I would get it, but I've been told £38.1 million gets you Gabriel Martinelli, my friend. That's what I've been told. With them, of course, yeah. But as I say, we know there's 10, 11 players, including last year's loan players. Vieira, I don't think will get 25, 28 from loan on the Forest. Nelson, God knows, that'll go to the last week of the window. Keywar's gone, 15 mil. But it's the Martinelli, the Trossard, maybe one centre mid. Maybe we need one of them gone. Norgard, Mourinho. I so couldn't see that, Russ. What would make them do it? They have lost Gordon. 70 million Gordon to Barcelona, 70 million Martinelli. Wow. I would love it. And current transfers, Russ, he's probably really worth it. I don't know which team it was, but a team has made an inquiry for Cody Gakpo. Bro, Liverpool have calmly said Cody Gakpo is valued in the £94 million region. You know what I mean? But shouts out to you, Yuri, real one. What's the score, rude boy? What are you telling me? Looking on my phone. 2 minutes. Hold on, 2 minutes. I'm coming. Alright. I can nick a fag off my neighbour. What a touch. Totally forgot about cigarette. Scotland under the cosh here. Scotland under the cosh. I might have to just fuck the stream, pop out, get cigarettes or something. But again, where do you get cigarettes from around here? Trent Diamonde. Diamonde, I heard, is of serious attention of Palace and Leeds. Allegedly, Leeds have made a bid. Don't know if it's true. Which makes me worry. Is he Leeds level? Like, remember when we were talking about Diamonde, bro? That was Archway times. He was raw, 18, 19. He must be, what, 22 now? Again, we all know 22 ain't old, but I'm just saying. Raw. But, bros, I'd be calm. Buardi, 18. Diamonde, 19. Krupi, 19. I would have loved a window like that. All young players, bros. I do think we'll get Rodgers. It's one of them Declan Rice ones. It's going to be, I reckon, we've obviously spoke to him throughout the season. When a team like Arsenal are overly relaxed on a player, knowing Chelsea, Man United could come in with the money, we're overly relaxed. It's like we know something everyone else doesn't. Maybe Morgan has given his word after the World Cup he signs. But again, that's a number 10. Is Odegaard on his way? We know Anwari's probably going to go, but Havertz can play 10, Eze can play 10, Odegaard can play 10. How many 10s do we want? How many 10s do we need? And Rodgers, I don't know. Even if you're watching a couple of Fabrizio Romano videos, he's labelling Rodgers as the ideal winger for Arsenal. And I repeat, the ideal left winger for Arsenal. That there I don't make sense of. But yeah, I do believe the jump that Arsenal have on everyone else is Morgan Rodgers has agreed to join us. In a nutshell. So guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. I have to pop upstairs and grab a cigarette off my neighbour. With G Adams up front. Come on, Scotland, man. Come on, man, matey, Scotland. Izzy Diop has just took one for the team, though. I like it. Come on, Scotland. Robertson's gone back, so no. G Adams is up front. McGinn, McTominay. It's a shit team. I love you, Scotland. But without stating the obvious, that was the worst thing in the world for her to happen to Scotland. But they can easily do quarter-final, semi-final. I think there's just that particular one or two that could pick them off. But their energy is sick. And I wouldn't put it past them. No, I wouldn't put it past them winning the World Cup. Oh, Pep's there. Right, as it's a hydration break, I'm going to run upstairs and borrow a cigarette off my neighbour. Watch the dog, the snake, get straight on the bed. I'll bust his head if he does. Shit, my window's open. The dog will jump straight out the window to us. My dog is the biggest joke above. The dog will jump out the window, bro. Take himself for a walk. Bros, I'll take Pep right now. Seriously. Let Arteta do the same thing. Go Barcelona. Go anywhere, bros. Get out of my head. Move, Loki. Move on, bro. Yes, people, then I have been saved. Officially saved. Deep hydration break. Local. No, bro. I'm gonna punch you in your head. Move. Come in. Get down, man. I'm surprised you never jumped up already. The dog's a snake. Move on. Brazil coming up at 1:30. 30 Paraguay. It is a win or bust situation for Turkey. Even if I say so myself. Right, we've got the tools, Yuri. We've got the tools. Right, to borrow some tobacco. Oh my god, it's all stuck to my hand. He did jump on. Who? Sorry. But bro, again, our signings. I know I'm always a panicker in windows. I reckon I was right about last year's window. You can't sign 8 people and not be a good team. Finish second. And that's probably why we played a certain way last year. We walked into it, we realised it worked, and we ran with it. Now we can evolve and become better. We've got the quality players. There were some last year I couldn't have trusted, you know what I mean? Havertz injured for such a long time, even though I like him now. Odegaard wasn't at his best. Saka didn't have a great season. So we needed that big squad. Now that we've got the huge squad, we just need to tarnish it off in a few little areas and gloss it. If Morgan Rogers is better than Eze and Odegaard as a 10, well then you get him in. Stop all the fuss, stop the delay. He ain't going to get any cheaper. Most definitely. Yeah, I know. I thought he'd have done it earlier though. Usually as soon as I jump out the room, bros, he tries to jump out this window, innit? He takes himself for walks, bros. The dog is a liberty. He takes himself for walks, all sorts. I've got a WhatsApp, I'll deal with that in a minute. Champions League final goal. Because there's no other player that has the kind of skill and technique. Again, bros, I've seen better goals in my life. But Champions League final, it takes a certain type of player to score that goal. And I realised Gorkers couldn't score that goal, even if he stayed at Arsenal for 5 years and does a Granit Xhaka special. Has his best season for Arsenal when he's leaving, like. Just that made me realise, you know what I mean? This is why Arteta started him. He can do something other people can't. The thing is, he's just never going to score 20 goals a season. He's just not a striker. He's not a fox in the box. He's always going to score good goals, and he's more intelligent than a lot of defenders and a lot of other fucking fellow strikers out there. Hence why he can play so many roles. Even if we put him as a 10 next year, he's going to be better than Odegaard. But I'd rather him be settled than jumping around, you know what I mean? Mate, there's a mad story saying we could do a deal, Alvarez and 60, 70 mil, and give them Gorkers. Like, I personally do that deal. So that means Havertz will be around as a striker next year. I don't think we're getting Krupi or any Alvarez, bros. I think that's been unrealistic. Ever since Barcelona and Real Madrid had failed bids, we ain't had the cojones to go in. Krupi we obviously don't really want, or feel like we can just get him even at the end of the window. No problem, it's just little Bournemouth. But Alvarez, I don't know whether he really was interested in him. Like, he's made it clear, number one, he wants to stay in Spain. And Atletico ain't selling cheap. And I said this to everyone on the channel. I said, why when you buy him for 82 mil, are you going to sell him for 80 mil? Every dickhead that said it will be 80 mil. I was like, they bought him for 80 mil. Why are they selling him for 80 mil? Like, are they broken? I didn't hear about it. Exactly, and I'll do the swap roles if there's any truth in it, because Havertz is going to be around. So we don't want a striker unless one of them go. And to be honest with you, if I had to choose out the two, I'd rather fucking Glock goes. He's 28. Havertz is what, 26? At least he's still a year younger than him. Bollocks. Seriously, he's the better footballer all round. Gorkrez, you can't really just call him, you know what I mean, a fox in the box. He's too stiff, as I say. You could say Arsenal didn't play to his strengths. Possibly. Why is this froze? But what is his strengths? What was the desired effect that he needed at Coventry? But he weren't great at Coventry, was he? Same way Tozolis weren't great at Norwich. I don't know. Gorkrez, I never had faith in. And if you're at Arsenal and playing centre forward, man, you have to score goals. Which game would you say last year did Gorkrez look genuinely world class? I think a banger against Tottenham. He scored a very tidy goal against Bayern Munich. I can't remember many world-class goals. Starting out of nothing. Did he score any from out the box? Give me your starting 11, including transfers. Right. In goal, Raya. At right back, Timber, because he is going to have a free summer. At left back, Calafore, he's having a free summer. And the central defence picks itself, Saliba, Gabriel. If we get a right back, Trent or anyone, they're starting on the bench. Trent also, those had a free summer. Could I put him at left back for the first game of the season? We will explore that. Central midfield, Rice and Bawadi. Yeah, Rice, Bawadi. At number 10, Rodgers. We're fucking up this role. Is it the Rizla? Should I start this? Yeah, I'm not happy with that. Right. Rodgers as a 10. Left wing Diamonde, right wing Saka, up front Alvarez. And I'll give you millions of reasons why I think we could do it. If it was true and they did want Gorkrez, I would happily pay 70, 75 mil plus Gorkrez to get Alvarez. They get a striker, they get 70, 75 mil cash to play with. Bawadi, I think even at 65, 70 mil, not euros even. He speaks for himself, his quality. And I said that since way before anyone else. I did say to you, UE, like the way he mugged off Camavinga and Tukumeni, all right, they might not have had the greatest seasons in their lives. But when I watched Lille versus Real Madrid last year, I realised how good this boy was. He's phased by nothing at 17 years old. The reason why I asked for Yan Diamonde, I don't think there's many natural left wingers out there that are that brilliant. I know he's a risk, but so is Barcola. PSG have won 2 Champions Leagues in a row. Their manager's obviously not stupid. He doesn't play Barcola for, well, whichever reason. Okay, Kvaratskhelia is better. But he could have tried him as a 9, he could have put him on the right. For me, I've accepted that this boy, Barcola, might not be that good. So I would go for an elaborate risk. We are champions. With neither a left winger almost as long as the striker situation before we got Gorkrez. Both. I go with 2 new left wingers, Diamonde and Tozolis. Seriously, I don't want Rodgers on the left wing. It would be like a Skelly thing. You know what I mean? Rodgers might even lose his England place to the guy that you don't really like, old Jude. Are we going to be more of a threat going forward next season? Are we going to be more of a better attacking team? I think most other managers would have got an attacking tune out of that 1-11 last year. Like, I don't think we can sign another 8 players, but mate, if we could get rid of 10, 11 players, listen, Hein gone 3 mil, Kiwor gone. Nelson, get him gone. Vieira, get him gone. That's 4. Norgard, get him gone. Mourinho, you could get him gone. Trossard, Martinelli, that's 8. Get him gone. White, that's 9. Get him gone. Odegaard, that's 10. Get him gone. But you can't give them all away on frees or on loans. If we could legit get rid of them 10 players, why can't we go and spend 400 mil, 450 mil? Rodgers, Alvarez, Diamonde, Buardi, Trent. I sell him all day long, bros. There's a right back out there. If we could get 30 mil for him, even if we spend 45 mil on a right back, it's a blinding deal. Timber can be a little bit glass. First year he was out for a year. Can't even make the World Cup this year. Missed a chunk of last year. I love Timber, but you know what? You need a world-class fucking number 2. Do you know what I mean? Keep Havertz or sell to Bayern. I'd rather keep Havertz and give Gorkarez to fucking Bayern or any other club in the world. Bayern got Nicholas Jackson last year. Tell Bayern they can have Gorkarez, mate. Tell Atletico Madrid you can have Gorkarez, and here's £75 million. I'm sure there has to be a way to get this Alvarez deal done. And Barcelona and Real Madrid, if they've obviously bid them kind of amounts of money and all of it's been turned down, why would Arsenal get him? But all I can think is they offered shit money up front. Money that's no good. 50 mil up front, 50 mil in like 100 years. Barcelona have got more front than fuck Brighton pay, Barcelona pay. That wouldn't surprise me if they done that. At all. Overall, 25, easily. I don't think he's a guy that scores Haaland amounts. But he'll create so much. He causes havoc up front. He's not stiff like that necro fucking Gorka that doesn't like moving around. He's very mobile. He'll move around. He'll create so many chances. He'll cause havoc for defences. Absolute havoc. Scotland are banging trouble here, mate. Wardy's going to have a nice relaxed game today. But we wanted the midfielder. Zubimendi flopped. Why wasn't he all over this Wardy way before the World Cup? Why have we waited for the World Cup? We're meant to be moving like a big team, you know what I mean? Tottenham are on 4 or 5 fucking signings. I'm not saying, all right, they're desperate, you know what I mean? But Liverpool make moves. They've had big bids for Diamonde turned down. You know what I mean? Their manager's just got in there. He could have a couple of guarantees from Bournemouth. Players like Krupi, players like Alex Scott could be going Liverpool. Don't be surprised if fucking both of them turn up. I'm surprised to see they're linked with Darwin Núñez. A great player, but again, they've had him once. I don't know if it's the best thing for him to go back. Maybe Iriola can get a trim. If you had a penalty, would you rather Kane take it or Gorkarez? Kane. He's been doing it for years, boss. Gorkarez has been doing it for 2 years in Portugal. But yeah, no disrespect to Gorkarez. I don't think he missed a penalty for us. So he's all good with penalties. But again, you're a striker. I expect him to score penalties. If I look back at every single goal, I don't know how impressive he was. He's okay. But whatever he did last year, Havertz being fit, he could have done the same. He could have got 14 league goals, bro. 21 overall. So yeah, I'm not blaming Gorkarez. I'm just saying, if there was an opportunity where we could get a better striker and Alvarez, I take it. I reckon it's going to be a more competitive year last year. I don't want to disrespect Arsenal or Arteta, but I do think this was pretty similar to the Leicester year when Leicester won it. Like, everyone just won at the races. Nobody was. If Alonso gets a tune out of Chelsea, they're a stronger team. Villa are always going to annoy people. Newcastle, I don't know if they've got European football. They're going to lose quite a few players if they invest right, but I don't really trust old Eddie Howe. But if they invest right, they could be dangerous. Liverpool are going to be better. Man United, we'll see how Carrick is in his first full season. Man City, I don't think it's too much of a change for them. Maresca was always known he was coming. Maresca has worked there before. I'm not saying he is a Pep Guardiola, but mate, when you've got that many good players, you're going to be all right. You're going to be fine. You know what I mean? He just needs to replace the Rodri, maybe find a capable backup for Haaland. They've lost a bit of experience recently. The De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva's just gone. So they need to replace that. A fullback or two, you know what I mean? Man City are going to be fine. So I don't think it's going to be like turmoil for them, transition and all that. I'm not saying it's going to be the Man City of a few years ago, but I don't expect them to be going through no turmoil and fucking transitional seasons. I pretty much reckon when you're going for Elliot Anderson and that, you know what I mean? You're buying a Declan Rice. You're not buying Messi. But at that money, you're buying someone that runs a midfield for you next season and runs for 100 minutes per game. And never ever will get you under a 7 or a 7.5 rating. He'll never get you a 9 or a 10, but he'll never score under a 7.5. When all your players are playing shit next season, when all the Man City players are playing shit, Elliot Anderson will still be running. That's why they're probably going to buy him for 125 mil. He's a Declan Rice. So for me, even though it isn't shattering the world or anything, or it ain't like they're signing 3 or 4 Kevin De Bruynes or Jeremy Doku's, I just don't think it's a massive transition. If they get their dream midfielder, fuck Rodri, their midfield sorts itself back out no matter who is alongside Anderson. Rice played by himself last year, let's face it. Subamendi was there, but he didn't do nothing. See again, bros, this is the thing. The uneducated, and obviously you're educated, but the uneducated football fan doesn't realise how good Buwadi is. They've never really watched a live French game. They've never watched Lille. They didn't watch him in the Champions League last year. And a couple of them have probably seen him against Morocco and thought, yeah, he's all right, but, you know, why ain't it Tonali or whatever? Who? Oh, Tonali can't even play World Cup football, Italy or so shit. Like, he didn't drag Italy to fucking beat Greece or whoever, or Kazakhstan, whoever put them out. Tonali's all right, bros, but there's levels out here. Let him go Tottenham for 1-1-10. He's not worth it. So to answer your question, Declan Rice is world class at what he does. And the thing is, bros, to say though, if Chelsea don't fix up soon, he'll be gone. Because there is a team out there that are wanting a PSG, a Real Madrid, a Bayern Munich, a Barcelona. Because it's very hard to buy a Moses Caicedo. It's very hard to buy a Declan Rice. Hence why do you think Elliot Anderson is costing so much, bro? Remember, I found that guy, SummerSlam, playing for Newcastle, and they just disrespected him, and they took 34 mil probably because of financial fair play. If they had played him in his rightful position for a season or two, they'd be the cunts collecting 125 now. Not a silly little 35 mil. So yeah, bro, these players are like one-offs. Vieira, bro, was he the best midfielder in the world? Like, even though he was very skillful and got better with age, like, especially in his young, raw years, you know, he was a bit gangly, sometimes overrun it, do you know what I mean? But his total heart and dedication got him through and made him the first player on the team sheet for me, even before Adams and Keown, because he was vital for me. I could see it from his debut. And I was at Patrick Vieira's debut. He come off the bench and just controlled the game. A 19-year-old Frenchman that had been injured for about a year, coming to the Premier League and just smashed it, donned it, owned it, bossed it. Guys, do be liking and do be subscribing if we is new. Was world class best in the world for me in this position. And isn't that similar to what Declan Rice does? Vieira wasn't there to score 10 or assist 10 a season. A few bangers along the way. I'm not comparing them, bros. Vieira is twice the player. Don't get it twisted. Vieira was probably the first in that mould. And then everyone realised, let's copy this Wenger way. We all need a shit hot fucking double pivot like that Petit. Remember, Petit was a left back. Yeah, mate. And so did everyone. Exactly. Because he would have been that missing link. He would have controlled everything. Like what Marcel... Did Marcel Desailly at Real Madrid? Well, anyway, what Marcel Desailly definitely done at AC Milan, and then when he comes to Chelsea, he done the same thing, but more as a central defender. Sorry, in fact, Marcel Desailly was probably the first master in that position, that defensive midfielder position. And he probably was intended to be... Vieira was probably intended to be Marcel Desailly's natural replacement. But they couldn't play him. Wenger see the talent. 3.5 mil. We got 10, 11 great years out of him and sold him for 16.9. And we still could have got 30, 40 mil if we were being stubborn. Or maybe if an English club like Man United or Man City coming through. But we had that over 30 policy, which was ridiculous. Because he never did sell Bergkamp. And at the end of the day, it pissed me off. Vieira went the season too early. If Vieira was going to go so early, you may as well have had a bit of faith in Dia Warrior, who you bought from Chelsea. Because I always thought Dia Warrior, what was Wenger's best signing? In terms of value, he never made a massive signing. Like Aubameyang, I don't believe was his signing. I believe things were just changing. And here you go, you've been given this guy. Wenger would never have bought a 30-year-old at 60 mil. So that wasn't his signing. Do you agree with that, number one? Alexis Sanchez at 30 mil was a very good signing, Ross. Shouldn't have let him go on a free. That was bad. Sol Campbell was amazing. On a free. Well, he only had really 2 seasons in the first team, but Anelka 500 grand, and we sold him to the best team in the world, Real Madrid, for 23.5 mil. But 10.1 million, you can't really say Henry. And that was another geezer we should have got 100 mil for, even when he was 30. It's close. It's close between Sol Campbell on a free, Henry Vieira especially, 10.1 and 3.5 million. Sanchez was a very good signing at 30. Obviously, Ozil at 42. But I think we was a very different Arsenal. I think Ozil a couple of years before, like the Invincible teams and that, Ozil would have been the dream. Ljungberg at 3 million was a very good signing. Who did he make a lot of money on? Everyone's in the last year of their contract. Van Persie, 25. Adebayor, 25. They were pretty big fees probably for that time though, isn't it? I don't know. You can't really fault the signings. Obviously, there was the Oleg Luzhnys, the Pascal Sagan, the Latvian defender, Morte. But then there's also a certain amount of coaching goes, where a coach has to be a coach. We let Alex Song go to Charlton, and then he become a regular straight after. And I don't care what anyone says, even they play for Barcelona. Alex Song was never a very good player. Never, ever. There was no time Alex Song was fucking world class. He was an average player, same as Francis Coquelin. Average. Kleb was a very good player. I just don't think he was Premier League. He was just too brittle, too sort of, weak. Who could ever forget Mark Overmars? That was one fuck of a signing. £7 million. I know he had a bad injury, but at £7 million, Overmars was an unbelievable signing. Who was my favourite? Shouts out to you, Craig. See, the day we announced Vieira, I'd never heard of him. But in terms of what he done, him. Thierry Henry, I knew how good he was going to be at the club. I couldn't believe we never got him the year before. I was praying, I know it sounds wrong, but for all sorts of fucking fuckery things, and you know what it is like. I don't have to spell it out to you. I was just hoping, yeah, they drove him out. Um, um, Lauren was a great right back. I didn't get it at the time. I'm trying to think individually, every position. He never signed a good goalkeeper. He had a very weak spot in goalkeepers. People rated Lehmann highly. I never did. And there's a Champions League final game that I'll never forgive him for. I thought top winners are bad and delusional, but top Reds Man United fans are something else, saying under Carrick Kate they'll get 108 points in the Premier League. Right, they're overhyping it. They're looking at stats from last year, mate. So when he took charge, let's just say December the 20th, you know what I mean? Let's just say January the 1st, yeah? Basically, from January the 1st to the end of the season, no team in the Premier League got more points than Man United. So in theory, and we know it don't work like this, Craig, but if the league had started when he took over Man United were top, Arsenal maybe were second. Do you get it? So yeah, for coming in when someone's been sacked and you know what I mean, you ain't really had a chance to buy any players, he done fucking well. Like he got Champions League football. Like Arsenal fans had to wait what a good 4.5 years or something to get Champions League football under Arteta. So there is massive reason to be optimistic about the future. The only thing I worry for Man United is can Carrick sign players? Like look at this Eddie Howe. He was terrible at Bournemouth signing players. He wasted a lot of their good money. At Newcastle, he spent 125 mil, last year on 2 strikers. I wouldn't have signed none. Whistler scored like 2 goals there. He's 30 years old, 55, 60 mil. And Volta made it 70 mil, bruv. Yeah, I'm personally speechless. So even though Eddie Howe is a great coach, he's a guy that needs, you know, the guy that left, the guy that brought Bruno Guimaraes to Newcastle, the guy that brought Isaac to Newcastle, the guy that brought Tonali. And he's pissed off to Liverpool, or is it Man United now? He needs a director of football. But there is a lot of reasons to be optimistic. Like Edison, it ain't groundbreaking. Yeah. Personally, he might have a better season than Zubimendi, though. Carrick was a midfielder. Like, if he can't sign a midfielder, then he's got problems. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't got the same ingredients. Like, he hasn't got a great goalkeeper, the Turkish geezer, Bindaye, Anana's coming back, or another Lemon or Lehman. He hasn't got the same tools as Arsenal. You know what I mean? Give him 2 full seasons, we don't know where Man United could be. So I get it. Of course they're going to be optimistic. And I think, yeah, so they should be. Cunha looks all right. Mbeumo works hard. I don't think he's the answer. But if they did get themselves a class central midfielder, and they've already got people like Mainu, you know what I mean? Bruno Fernandes, well, didn't he break Henry's record for creating goals? Love or hate him, he's going to have another good season, the Man United captain. So yeah, I do reckon they're a top 4 threat. I reckon Man City are going to be a top 4 threat. Liverpool, definitely. Isaac and Mertz can't be terrible. I get it, they're going to lose Salah. But you know what? Without even buying people, and they've already bought the winger, Nunes, from Spain, 40 mil. And now they've bid 100, 110 mil for Diamonde. So they're trying to actively replace Salah. And Diamonde, I think, at 19 is a great prospect. A wonderful prospect. And then they got Florian Wirtz, who, well, yeah, Arsenal fans think Odegaard's great. I think Florian Wirtz will come good. And Isaac, mate, he'll have a good season. In terms of exciting me most, that's what I was saying. Bro, I was doing everything. Value for money, what they won, what we sold them for. Because Ozil we got 0 for. I'm even saying after 11 great years, both of them being captains. You know, any other team that buys someone and keeps them for 11 years, I promise you, don't get profit on that player. Well, we got profit on Henry and Vieira. after 11 wonderful seasons at the club. Ozil just, yeah, again, he come at the wrong time. And when Wenger left, it was a wrap. Well, again, we've got all the tools, mate. Obviously, very small ingredients of why I believe we lost the Champions League final. It's unfortunate two right backs being injured, but this is why I say it's vital. Yeah, I'm glad Timber didn't go to the World Cup. He will have the whole summer to rest. But we need a right back. If we're going to play football the way we are, I think Trent would be a smart signing. Livramento, look, can't even finish a World Cup with England. Fuck that guy. I really would think about Trent. Has done it in the Premier League. Has won a Premier League title. Assist king. The way we're playing football, man, he seriously makes sense. And yeah, if England don't want him, all the better. He'll just be an Arsenal player. So that's one thing I didn't mind about Ben White. He couldn't go international duty and get fucking injured. Do you know what I mean? That's always what I'm scared of. But we've got all the tools to finish top again, mate. Liverpool have to get Florian Wirtz, maybe Diamonde, Nunes, the new winger, Isaac, Alter, properly click, Hugo and Fonseca. But I think they're in a very good place. And Iriola, mate, no one else ain't getting Bournemouth into the Europa League or whatever, Europa Conference League in a hurry. That took a mad, great manager. He loses his best players. He lost Dane Hudson. He lost his other centre-back to PSG. Every season he loses his best players. Player after player. And he deals with it like a soldier and makes them even more competitive. Like, he had a really bad start to the season. Like, they lost like their first 5 games or something because of their fucking upheaval in the summer. So I don't think he's going to be terrible at Liverpool. I don't think he'll be terrible. Liverpool are a threat for me. They're challengers next year. I don't think they would ever whack him because he's had very dark days. I think they'll forever back him. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit of the yes man thing, acting nice. Remember, if they were to get a Pep Guardiola or a Jurgen Klopp, these sort of managers demand respect. And Mourinho demands respect. They don't have their players bought for them. Do you know what I mean? And they like their directors of football and owners to try and, like, you know, do things the way they see fit. Well, again, I reckon if we had Timber fit, yeah, and I don't want to blame Hincapie or Calafiore, but at the end of the day, we started the game with 4 centre backs. One of them centre backs played at right back, and he gave away that penalty. I don't believe Timber gives away that penalty. Yeah. Because it was very small margins. That's impossible, bro. That's absolutely impossible. Because Mourinho, again, isn't stupid. Because you can't have Arda Güler, Paz all in the same midfield. Now, we know they can get Paz back for €6 million. And then they can just be spiteful and sell him. Tottenham bid 55, you know what I mean? Villa was interested last January. But the guy likes Fabregas and deeply respects him. He's already said he wants to stay at Como next year. He said he doesn't want to sit on the Real Madrid bench. So he hasn't said he doesn't want to play for Real Madrid. He said he's willing to go back to Real Madrid next year. He's even said he will sign a longer contract at Madrid. But until they feel, and the words wasn't guaranteed, but until they feel he's Real Madrid level, he'd rather play every game and help Como in the Champions League, where he helped get them. So what will happen there is I see Real Madrid are going to want to spend a lot of money. Basically, I don't think they're allowing one more loan. If the guy wants to sign for Cesc Fabregas, well, Como are going to have to spend money, innit? But yeah, there's a world of teams that will take Nico Paz. So personally, I think Nico Paz will go back to Madrid for 6 million and they'll sell him straight onto the highest bidder. 60, 65, 75 mil. Chelsea, Newcastle, there'll be a lot of teams. Tottenham have already bid for him. I'd see Tottenham going in for him. You know what I mean? There's a lot of clubs that would want Nico Paz. But yeah, first Arsenal Premier League home game is the 21st of August against Coventry. It certainly is. And some bright spark did actually put that on Twitter last night that Arsenal are starting against Coventry. Hello, Zara, how are you? Yeah, fucking weird start to this stream. I'm not going to get into the whole. Yeah, fucking letters. But yeah, we do. We start against Coventry. And then what is it, Yui? Chelsea and Villa. Is it Villa away and then Chelsea? And why did it only have the first three fixtures? But I will go check that later. I was out in the ends the whole day. It was a bit of a mad one, you know what I mean? Shouts out to Nemo. Blast from the past. Shouts out to Grievo also. Shouts out to Yui and AFC always in the stream. But Nico Paz will get sold. Don't be surprised if it is to the Premier League. Maybe why teams haven't bid for Odegaard yet. Could Man United be waiting for Nico Paz? Probably a cheaper option to Morgan Rogers. But bottom line, he doesn't want to go back to Real Madrid and sit on the bench. Would it be best Real Madrid leave him at Como for another year? They are in the Champions League. Cesc Fabregas did get top four. Like, come on, we know Italy ain't the same no more. But Cesc Fabregas, like, that's a good manager there. And as for Arsenal, again, I don't believe we can get through this season or next season playing like this. Look what happened to Slot in this second season at Liverpool. It wasn't as easy. And the main hitters will be stronger. Man United, if they're anything to go on last season's form, they're going to be there or thereabouts. With Man United, it depends on their window. If they get a really good winger, and I believe they need a winger badly, just like us, I don't know what they're waiting for either. But if they get a winner, central midfielder, because they're losing a whole bunch, Casemiro, etc., they're going to be all right. Shut up, Lokes. Arteta's had fucking 6-7 years. Do you think the biggest challenge next season will be Liverpool or City? See again, bro. Man City. The reason why Pep and the Man City wheels kind of fell off here, he had a couple of generals. Haaland scores goals. He very slightly slowed down last year. And I'm taking the piss because he still scored more goals than everyone else. And if Haaland had one of them 40, 50 goal seasons, who knows? They could have nicked the league. What I'm saying is, the Rodri is vital. He tried to sign Gonzalez. He tried to sign the youth from Leeds. He tried to sign Reinders. It just wasn't the same. Do you know what I mean? And maybe that season, whether he was backed or not, or whether he didn't believe in Declan Rice, they badly needed Declan Rice. But Rodri probably didn't have that injury then. Loco, shut up. Rodri probably didn't have. I sent you all the fixtures. Nice ones are. Where is my phone? It's right in front of me. So I expect both, bros. Like Elliot Anderson, bros. Again, he's going to fit them like a glove. Like, you're not going to see him like the youth from Leeds getting dropped, or Gonzalez, the guy from Portugal, getting dropped, or Reinders. They want to sell him. This is the central midfielder they need, and this is why they're going to pay so much. And that's why they were linked with Tonali. Because Tonali would be a good backup dancer. Because Tonali is another one. He ain't world class. He doesn't score or assist millions. But when your whole team are playing shit and you're having a stinker away at Burnley or away at Coventry, that's when these midfielders stand up. Yeah, they're on their home turf. But again, I reckon if they do play at England or Spain or Argentina, they'll soon be dealt with. You know what I mean? They ain't got many household players. There's no one I'd want to be signing. Winston McKennie is good, but he ain't that great. I don't think none of their defence or goalkeepers anything astonishing. Balogun, well, we've already had him, but he's decent. He scored, I think, 21, 22, 23 goals last season. More than Gorka, you know what I mean? And I think he shared that position because there's another ex-Arsenal striker at Monaco. Can't remember his name. But yeah, I see Liverpool being a massive threat. A fit Isaac. And yeah, he's had a good start to the World Cup. It could be on. Florian Wirtz, he looked decent for Germany the other day. It's time for him to deliver at Liverpool, especially at that money. And again, if Iriola buys correctly, and I can't see him being a dickhead, I'm interested to see, does he want any of his soldiers from Bournemouth? Will he make Kirkes a good left back again? Kirkes was banging on the him at Bournemouth. So he's got Kirkes, he's got Frimpong. What's he got as centre back? Van Dijk. He's got Jeremy Jacquet, who I rate very highly, coming in the summer. So Jeremy Jacquet, he's going to do great with him. I'm surprised he never went for Marco Sensi on a free. Maybe he didn't get the Liverpool job quick enough. Szoboszlai, Valverde or Berardi in the middle. It's not even a contest for me. I like Valverde, but Berardi is the one. Berardi is the one for me, bro. I've seen enough, as you would say. And Arsenal should have done it in January. As soon as we realised fucking Zubimendi was a flop. As soon as he admitted defeat, because he had to admit defeat by putting Skelly in the midfield. Like, he knew he was a midfielder. He was being spiteful. He lost in this whole World Cup. Skelly could have been at the World Cup as a central midfielder. There's only Henderson there. Do you know what I mean? And the two top boys, Rice and Anderson. Skelly could have made it, Rose. Mainu got there on the back of Carrick coming in. Yeah, I get that. But Arsenal also had one game a week and we finished second. Listen, I'm not defending Carrick in any way. Loco, get off the table. Move. I'm not defending Carrick or anything in any way. But Arsenal, when we had one game a week, Rose, we finished second. And Man City were already, again, not the best Man City. Liverpool had found that out. When Liverpool won the league, Man City were again, they were slowly falling away. Rodri wasn't quite Rodri. Man United were only playing one game a week. I know, and I get that. And that helped them get to Champions League football. I totally get that. And Arsenal played one game a week. And we went out of the League Cup at the earliest opportunity and the FA Cup. Pretty much 2 years in a row. And we finished second. So again, we signed 8 players. As I discussed at the end of the window last year. We signed 8 players. None of them world class for me out of the 8. Nketiah great. Mosquera great. You know what I mean? Zubimendi I never wanted. Norgard I laughed at. Madueke broke my heart. Borquez, alright, we needed a striker, but you know I never backed it. I would have took Sesko ahead of him. Do you know what I mean? Better footballer. Who else did we sign? And Eze. Well, he can fuck himself because he only turned up against Tottenham. But again, when Odegaard was injured, when Saka was injured, and Havertz was out for the whole season, we was equipped for it because we have about 8 attacking midfielders. We could even afford to send Enwari away on loan in January because we had Odegaard, we had Eze, we had Havertz coming back that could play as a number 10. My ideal window. Again, Timber is a natural right back. So for me, I actually wanted a left back. I don't know why it's reported that we're going to get a right back. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, Ben White wants to go. But for me, you just replace Ben White with an average, even like Mingueza on a free. I thought left back was the problem. Again, we had 4 centre-backs in the Champions League final. And for me, they were the very, very little commodities that beat us in the end. They had fullbacks, Nunes and Hakimi, that not only can defend, could run forward. Do you know what I mean? Mosquera was fine, and he even got forward quite well, but he's not a natural right back like Hakimi. And neither is Nketiah or Calafiore. So again, I thought a left back would be great. But again, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Ben White will be replaced, so I'm not even going to put a right back. Is that Mingueza to save money? Trent Alexander-Arnold? Or an injury-prone fucking Livramento? We'll do a surprise at fullback. Someone that will go left back and right back. Trent could play left back and right back. Trippier used to do that for Newcastle. We'll see. But anyway, the important signings. We need a class left winger. And again, Kenan Yildiz, it's going to be hard to get him. And very slightly, I think Yan Diamonde, I would slightly take. And that is only because Kenan, again, I believe he's more of a number 10, but he's brilliant on the left wing. I just want an actual left winger. And the more I think about it, would Gordon have been a really bad signing at £69.9 million? Like Barcelona decided not to fucking keep Rashford at €24 million and go and invest a lot more in Gordon. Really decide what you want. But having natural players in natural positions for me is key. And the whole left back situation, if we're not going to get a left back, we need a very natural left winger. Not a number 10 that plays there. Not Eze there. Do you know? So Yan Diamonde would be great. Who is another natural left winger? They're not bouncing or rolling off my tongue. They're at a premium left wingers. And there's a lot of clubs that want left wingers. Do you know what I mean? Hence why Liverpool and PSG want Yan Diamonde. PSG have got two great wingers, left wingers, Barcola and of course Kvaratskhelia. Why do you think they're interested in Yan Diamonde? Because they're going to put him on the right. Just like Ivory Coast are. If Felicia got to move to by Real Madrid or anything, they're planning for the future. And that is how a big club thinks. So if we're getting Morgan Rogers as a left winger, it's confused. We tried that with Eze last year. I'm not going to be happy. A natural left winger. Tazolis, I've watched many YouTube clips and videos. For me, I've seen him play on the left, but I've seen him in the centre. And more often than not, I've seen him on the right. When you've got two wingers like Saka and Madueke on the right, well, even with injuries, and add Max Dowman to that, you've got cover. Where's my charger? You've got cover, my friend. You can deal with it. On the left, Martinelli, Trossard, well, they're both shit. It needs to be addressed. Trossard's 32. But Trossard is not a natural left winger. Martinelli is meant to be a natural left winger, but he doesn't score or assist. Buwadi is important for me. I think with Zubimendi, with Skelly, with Rice, and with Buwadi, that's 4. And Mourinho and Norgard stays. That's 5 central midfielders. That is adequate. That is enough. Look at Milko, man. What is this on his back? That is adequate. All right, listen to this in theory. If West Ham can get 85 million from Man United for Fernandes, yeah, why can't we get 85 for Odegaard? If we got 85 for Odegaard, that almost pays for Morgan Rogers, even if you have to pay 110. So 95, 105. Yeah, okay, 25 million more, you've got him. I think we need to be aiming big. A big left winger. Tazoles, no, not at 24. He's already played in England. He played for Norwich City. Not many people probably knew that. But when we were linked with Gorka, not many people knew that he flopped at 3 English jobs. Until I said it. Right. Morgan Rogers. The reason why we're fucking idiots. Morgan Rogers is probably relaxed and wants Arsenal. That's why we feel relaxed. And there's not many teams in the world that pay that money. I think we're going to get Morgan Rogers, bros. And it's going to take a 110 mil. Trust me. It's going to be a lot of money. And I do wonder, is that really the priority position? But Odegaard didn't work for me. Eze didn't work for me. And Havertz is a striker. So even at 110, I think it's important. Fuck it, let's say 110. Diamonde. We hear they want 125. Yeah? Cool. 80 up front. Make them get their 125, innit? That's 125. I've put down for Diamonde and 110 for Rogers. That's 1, 2, 210, 225. That's 235. Ooh. 235. Buardi 70 mil. 235 plus 70. It's 305. 305. 75 for Alvarez. Gorka is going away. That's 380. Trent 40 mil. That's 420 mil. But before you all say this ain't fantasy football or FIFA or football manager, Ben White 30 mil, surely. And I don't want to put high value. So if anyone thinks I've overvalued a player, let me know. Ben White 30 mil. Trossard 20 mil. Martinelli 40 mil. So what's that so far? That's 90 mil. Martinelli, Trossard, White, 90 mil. Mourinho 20 mil. That's 110. The 15 for Keywall. That's 125. 5 for Nelson. 130. 15 for Vieira. That's 145. If Fernandez is worth 85, I'm putting Odegaard down as 85. So where was I? Was I at 140? Do I have to start again? 140 plus 80, 180, 192. That's 225. Who am I forgetting? 225. Where's my book? I'm forgetting someone. Anwari, 45. Even though I'd rather keep him. 225, 230, 40, 50. That's 270 mil. So if I'm trying to spend 450, I reckon we can bring back 250. And that's like a 200 mil spend. So I reckon, again, UE, without going on and sounding like I'm going crazy, are we sitting back waiting to see if we can get Ben White out? Because, mate, if we could get 40 mil for Ben White, he'd be gone already. If we could get 28 million for Vieira, he'd be gone already. Trossard, I think we will get 20 mil. We're probably more cautious of selling him, though, in case we don't get a left winger. If we're getting Buardi, we don't need 6-7 central midfielders. Norgard or Mourinho can go. The Zubi will obviously still be there. Skelly will be there. Rice will be there. Buardi will be there. One can go. Who am I forgetting, guys? There's so many players that we can sell. Where's my book? Move, man, you stalker. So I think we're going to have a very different window. If we get Martinelli, Trossard, Odegaard, Ben White, mainly then, Jesus as well. Remember, he earns 285 grand a week, Jesus. So I think we'll take 10, 15 mil for him. That's another 10, 15 million on my money. So if we can get sales, basically, I reckon we could have a very productive window. And I'm not saying we're broke, but we spent a lot last year. All right, we won the championship, or we got to a Champions League final. But are we waiting to get some money out? An Odegaard out, a Trossard out, a Martinelli out, a Ben White out? Come on, Ben White ain't at the World Cup. If anyone wanted him, put the money down. You can talk to him right now. What is the delay? Are we asking silly money? Guys, I'm watching him right now. He's just cut out an Everball. He's amazing. I love him. Look at him again. That was so unlucky. Exactly. But again, bros, he's only 18 and just turned. Let him perfect the Declan Rice role. By the right club, right manager, bros, that boy is hot. Well, again, I think even the way he come off the bench for France the other night showed that he is a very good talent. But again, like, PSG are not really worried about him. Like, Lee Kang plays just as much. I don't know. Who have France got on the left wing? Who did they have the other day? Was it Dewey? I don't know. Of course, but again, it will take astronomical money, and that boy is another one. No matter how racist they are to him, how fucked up they get personal life and his family, he just maintains, "I will never leave Real Madrid." Why? Why? I say. Well, if your window comes true, I'll be blessed. And again, could we be waiting? I don't reckon we get Alvarez or Krupi if we've got Gorkarez and Havertz. So even though other YouTubers have ridiculed it, could we be waiting, as I said, for the last week or two of the window, let Alvarez come back from the World Cup? Yeah? Barcelona are allegedly preparing another bid. Atletico are already saying they're going to turn it down. Allegedly, it's 135 mil. We'll see how ballsy Atletico are going to be. But again, if they're not being bullied or mugged off into selling this guy, it's not going to be easy. They're going to have to want a Martinelli or a Gorkarez off us because the money is going to be crazy. Nobody would pay 85 for Odegaard. We'll be lucky to get 20 mil. Well, again, how much do you rate this Mateus Fernandes at West Ham? Seriously, how much do you rate him? Arsenal, Real Madrid have been linked, but I don't personally think he's that great. He's been relegated twice in a row. He hasn't saved Southampton from relegation. That could be harsh. But West Ham weren't a bad team. He couldn't save them from relegation. Him, Bowen, Somerville, Souček, the great Arsenal defender at the back, was he Greek Mavropanos. But mate, unless Man United are stupid, apparently they're willing to pay about 85 mil for him, and most of that money up front. What I'm saying is, and if Liverpool have asked, I don't know which team it was, but a team made an inquiry for Cody Gakpo. Liverpool asked for 95 mil. Elliot Anderson, mate, 125 mil. We started. Well, not for me. He's one of them. I think his confidence got shattered a little bit at Arsenal, bros, when he knew he wasn't the star boy. And at the end of the day, bros, not many people do come from Scotland and are successful. I can think of Van Dijk, maybe Bissouma for a little while. But he was in a bad Arsenal team. I reckon if he was at left back last season for Arsenal, Champions League final, Saliba's a good defender, so is Gabriel. Raya, everyone thinks is the best keeper in the world. Again, Tierney, I'm not saying he's a top 5 or top 10 left back in the world, but what you see is what you get. You get a decent, full-hearted player. But yeah, not for me either. Kiwa sold 15, Martinelli 44, Ben White 39, Vieira 20 mil. What do you think Odegaard's worth, bros? What do you think Odegaard is worth? We ain't getting 40 million for Ben White. Who's had surgery 2 or 3 times. Well, I always said that. I was more hoping 25, 30 mil. And again, if Newcastle or Everton wanted him, why ain't the 25 or 30 mil on the table? Because Newcastle had a 40 million deal done for the Spanish winger who's just signed for Liverpool. Bang on the money. There you go, bros. Too plastic. And it's hard to build a team around a player like that. Hence why I think we're going for a right back and not a left back. And we're going to have 2 centre backs at left back again next year. I think that's a bit nuts. Like, somewhere that has to break up. And again, I think Arsenal would have loved a decent bid for Calafiori. Our money back. We would have snapped it off anyone's hands. Juve, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Barca. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of teams are looking for a left-footed centre-back. And I'm surprised he hasn't ticked the box. They got Cucurella instead. It was bullshit about California and Real Madrid. So yeah, for us to go to that next level now, bros, we need some wages off the books. Ben White, 160 mil. Jesus, 285 mil. Martinelli, Trossard, if we're going to replace them. Odegaard earns a lot of money if he's not going to be a starter. But I don't think he can sign the Rodgerses and have Odegaard as a, you know what I mean, on all these players. But I heard, Bells, we've been linked with all sorts of goalkeepers. There was another young one today, linked 21, another one 18. Again, Kepa's got a simple deal. Like, it was a 2-year deal, and he can leave if someone gives the same money we gave Chelsea, 5 mil. He always knew he was going to be a backup dancer, but we're a team that won the fucking league, or a team that got to the Champions League final, so it's up to him if he's happy with that. I don't care otherwise, because, again, touch wood in that, goalkeepers don't get injured, and Raya, well, unless you're a Liverpool one, Alisson, but Raya doesn't seem to get injured, you know what I mean? So again, just a good backup, just in case. But again, a position I'm not mad worried about right now. There's a couple of key positions. Rice is so good. Like the question you asked, yeah? When did you start liking Havertz? When I realised no one else has the composure at Arsenal to score a goal like that in a Champions League final. That's when I realised the levels of Havertz, you know what I mean? That's why he scored in 2 Champions Leagues in a row. That's why he's starting for Germany at a World Cup now. And not Voldemade. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Just like, yeah, I like Scotland. But yeah, Morocco, man. There is something. They've always got a Hakimi, a Buwadi, a Sarabi up front, so whatever his name is. Don't fix that next game. He'll come back mash up. That's why he's got Maduki, innit? I suppose. What else can I say? That's why he's got Maduki there. He should have his cover. 65 minutes gone. Morocco, the only team going forward. Scotland, they've got what, Brazil next? After winning their first game, they could be going home. But there's a lot of third places going to go through, innit? I'm confused by this World Cup. But yeah, bros, I think we just need Odegaard to go. Like, why haven't Man United bid for him? He can play centre midfield or fucking a number 10. It shows where he ain't that great. No one in the world wants him. No one in the world wants him, man. Fuck's sake. Wardy is brilliant. Yeah, mate. I honestly said this ages ago. Arsenal looking at Alex Scott. Why? Why are we looking at Alex? We're confused. I'm not saying Tuchel is that great. He never even brought Alex Scott to England. Team. And I swear to God, if Nwari banged at Marseille, he would have brought Nwari over a Maduki or something. And trust me, if that Liverpool winger, that Rio something, he'll be in the England team soon. He just couldn't, excuse me, justify putting him there, I suppose, with such little time at Liverpool in terms of like game time. But yeah, I don't know. England, I think, I got their own problems. Croatia ain't that great. They still scored 2. Turkey, I think, will win tonight, bros. Who do they play after? Turkey, who do they play? Ooh, you know I've always had a soft spot for Endrick, bros. I'll take Endrick. But word on road is Mourinho is looking forward to working with him. But again, they're going to need some sales. They've got all these Rodrigos, Tucamenis, Camaningas, the centre back that we are interested in. Trent might be available. Brahim Diaz is available. And if anyone was ballsy, they would put in a bid for Mbappe or Vinny Jr., considering all the havoc last year. I think Arda Güler is ungettable, unless obviously Mourinho don't like Turkish people. Wow. Alright, well I heard just before I come on this stream that Tottenham have made an inquiry, and the guy, De Zerbi, who brought him to Marseille, wants him at Tottenham. So I hope my one is true. Why? Again, can he play left wing or something? We buy these players now. And if we do it again this year, UE, it's the same brand of football and a lot of just hope and praying. I don't know. Like bulking up the squad, just bulking up positions. Greenwood ain't class, he'll just bulk it up, you know what I mean? If someone on the left wing is injured. If Tzolis is injured, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you, Rodgers will go left wing. Odegaard's going to end up staying. Because which club in the world is going to want Odegaard? What money would we want? A relegated West Ham look like they're going to get 85 for Fernandes. They probably won't let Somerville go on the cheap either. And I don't think Somerville is nothing special. Bowen apparently is committed to the cause. So yeah. Like fuck me. Apparently when you get relegated you get panicked into selling your best players. Well, they want 85 mil. So again, I can't see us getting the money that we want for Calafiore, for Ben White. So could Ben White stay? Who knows? But I'm pretty sure he's on the shit list. And that's where Arsenal piss me off. Players like Ben White, Martinelli, don't be surprised at the end of the window when no one has bought them, they go out on loan. And that could impact on our window. Okay, Buardi won't break the bank. A lot of people have suggested this Coney from Roma, defensive midfielder, could come. We're linked with Alex Scott today. We're still linked with Tonali, even though Tonali's agent has said he loves De Zerbi. They grew up in the same town and village in Italy. They're in love with each other. They're going to make male babies together. An Italian fucking funny fucking inbred babies. They're in love. Blah, 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 blah. They're going to live in the same house in London. Tonali's sold. And that's a team that's been in a relegation battle 2 years in a row. It's strange. Linked with Arsenal 1 week, Champions League and the champions of England. But you'll go to a relegation battle 2 seasons in a row. Some players, you know what I mean? They just want the money, they want their future done. And teams like Arsenal, I don't know, we move indecisive for us. Do you know what I mean? Again, every club across the world allegedly have their windows sorted from months ago. Who they want, who they don't want, etc. And if we just start bulking up the squad, and when I say bulking up the squad, that means, you know what I mean? We could have 8 squad players coming in again, like last year, without disrespecting all of the recruits from last year. They all served a purpose somewhere along the line in the season. But again, it's a bit harsh to say, like, you know what I mean? Which one of them made the difference or blah, blah, blah. Okay, UE, if you're still there, as much as you defend Gorka, why would Arteta not start this guy that got all these goals in the Premier League, all 14 of them, probably a few penalties, probably a few against Burnley or Leeds, shit teams, I don't know. because none of his goals were that breathtaking. I don't know, like I think he scored a really good goal against Totty. Then again, relegation battle. Decent goal against Bayern Munich. But when the shit hit the fan, Champions League, a couple of vital games towards the end of the season, he didn't play his number one striker, and he played Havertz there, which tells me Havertz will be there next year, and I'd be surprised if we got a buyer for Gorkers after only been there for a year. These American stadiums look mad, yeah, it makes Emirates look proper small and outdated like Chelsea Stadium. Most definitely, bros. Do you know what I mean? Again, it'll be interesting to see what the Kronkers do because their stadiums in America, bros, are absolutely shit hot. Like, it's all about rejuvenating the area, every facility, food and drinks brought directly to your seat, all kinds of hospitality trips, just everything going on. Fake sound, sound generated stadiums, do you know what I mean? Which I'm very surprised at the Kronkers, but again, when I sort of tried to research it, I was thinking, why did the Kronkers allow this to happen? And then 20 years later, the stadium is out of date. But yeah, they bought Arsenal exactly when I think it was already done. Ashburton had been agreed. They just kind of took on the debt. Couldn't they have had no final input in it? Because I always thought 16,000 was never big enough, do you know what I mean? We always got 38 and a half at our old house, Highbury. Yeah, or like we are on Barca. Oh yeah, they did. They played in their like reserve team stadium or something, innit? They did do something freaky. There is the old school way, bros. Do it a stand at a time, but then that obviously looks shit. Arsenal done that with the North Bank, if you remember, the mural. But haven't Liverpool, Man United kind of done these things and put another wrap on top of their thing, and it's just one stands out of action for like most of the season. Oh, you negative is if we have to move away for 2 seasons at Real Barca, and that will affect us, this team, yeah, without the stadium. Yeah, but we see us at Wembley before. I thought it was a disaster being at Wembley. I'd hate us to go Wembley for a season or two. I don't know, a big club, bro. Like, surely the foundations are there for a good stadium. Like, with the best architects in the world, does it actually have to be knocked down, do you think? Like, with YouTube videos I've watched, apparently, again, it's like, what the fuck do you do with the white thing? Like, you know, that holds the roof? Like, pick that off and then wrap another thing around? I don't know. Plus, I've got the sneezes. The dog's in front of me itching. I'm going to kick him. You remember when we done work at Highbury and they out with them up with the mural, yeah, the fake faces and everything, and we spent a lot on that. Again, to only then move to Ashburton Grove. We do things wrong in a lot of ways, bros. Like when you walk around our stadium, there's a lot of space. Even in the North Bank or the Clock End, it's reasonably spacious. Do you know what I mean? I swear you could have still squeezed another 5,000-10,000 seats and just made everyone fucking squash in. Bollocks. Fuck me, James is fucking messaging me like a good one. Alright, I'll call you off when I'm off the live. Scotland are definitely not doing anything here, are they? Shouts out to all the real ones. Do be liking and do be subscribing if we is new. Nah. Ain't he Moroccan? Where is he? Who does he play for? No, it ain't Morocco, is it? I can't remember. Yeah, it's Colombia. I can't remember who Brian Diaz plays for. I don't know, because he's another one of them, bros. He played a lot on the left wing. He played a lot as a 10. Again, he's probably like Tazolis. I only want Tazolis if we're going with a top left winger as well. Brahim Diaz, without disrespecting him, you know what I mean? I don't think he's a left winger in the Premier League. And as a 10, you know what I mean? Eze, Odegaard, Havertz could all say they're better. At the money they're saying, 40 mil, it's a very good investment. Any other smart club in a year or two could spin more than that 40 mil for him, especially like Chelsea. Oh, wait, man. So, again, if he was 18, 19, 20, maybe, but he's like 26. I think he's at an age where he should be playing regular. And is he significantly better than Trossard on the left wing? I'm not sure. Very skillful, very good player. I've got a lot of time for him, and he did have 2 very good years in Italy on loan with AC Milan. But yeah, Real Madrid, even in their worst seasons the last couple of years, even though they always finish second or whatever, but you know what I mean, they haven't had space for him. A young Turkish man played the most minutes pound for pound than any Real Madrid player last year, and he's a nutty talent. But even at Real Madrid, guys, we need to see which way Mourinho wants to go. Like the front three, will it be a Michael Olise? Because I don't know. Maybe Hendrick might have to be played out of position on the right. Vinny left, Mbappe up front. Will he want the whole circus of... I reckon Vinny Jr. is alright, but will he want Mbappe there? It'll be interesting. Like, if Mourinho tries to go for a big striker, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be weird. Like, where's he going to fit in? Rodrigo can go. I think they could definitely do it with a right winger. Who would they go for in the right wing? Like, unless they want to sell Mbappe or Vinny Jr., I think the left wing and centre forward bit is pretty much wrapped up. That Inter Milan striker as well that we were linked with, is it Espirito or something? He scored a couple of international goals just before this World Cup. I got my eye on him. I think he's decent. That was very random. But he's a good player. Morocco concede, no chance. Nah, bro. This Scotland team ain't good enough. There's levels out here. Scotland against Brazil now. Brazil looks shit, but yeah, can't see it. 3 points for Scotland might be as good as it gets. If they had nicked a point here today, man, that would be it. Yeah, I'll watch the highlights after. Every time I look up, bro, he's on the ball. Controlling. But this is why Arsenal are making me mad, bros. We're going to land like a Barcola and Rodgers and think everything is sweet, bros. And let the important ones go. Rodgers we're going to overpay for. Oh, Robertson. McTominay. He's gone done. The referee says no, man. But Buwadi is essential, bros. Zubamendi has been so bad. Like, what is it? Spanish love? He's just going to keep him. Mourinho, for me, is already done. I don't like Norgard. Is he really going to use someone as a starting central midfielder that you didn't trust as a left-back last year and never wanted him in midfield? Until Zubamendi got so bad. And even the most dumbest of Arsenal fans started booing him at the Emirates. Mistake after mistake. Zubamendi's not young, bros. I don't think he necessarily gets better. You know what I mean? I haven't noticed him playing for Spain. I did see Mourinho come on the other day. Yeah, I can't see Zubamendi like trying to be ballsy like a Granit Xhaka. Like, if there was one thing about Granit Xhaka, as much as I hated him for being sideways and making dumb decisions, is he was always a battler. He never went missing in games against Tottenham, Man United, Man City. He never feigned injury. He never got injured all the time. He had a very good fucking record like, for playing games. I believe so, bros. I believe so. Now, again, I think Chelsea would have been bang in trouble without fucking Moses Caicedo last year. Chelsea would have been in big trouble, I believe, without him. Big, big trouble. Diaz does play for Morocco, fuck me. Okay, my God. But there you go. El Canoes comes off as well. Is he still at Leicester, bro? Did he get a move in the end? Where did he go? Is he in Germany? But yeah, bros, we might sign 5, 6, 7 people this summer, but 5, 6, 7 El Canoes or Brahim Diaz's, with all respect, and just make the team again super bulky. So, like every 2, 3 players for every position. You know what I mean? With the tools we've got, man, we could just make this world class. If Gorka is aimed for you, go and get fucking, and you want to keep Havertz, go and fucking get Krupia Alvarez now. I know Alvarez says he doesn't want to come. Test it, because Atletico don't want him to stay in Spain. There's a deal to be done. See if they want Martinelli, Trossard, fucking Gorka. Give them fucking all of them. They love an English right back. Send them Ben White. They've had Trippier there. I swear they have a Tottenham right back as well. Who else is there? They've had a couple of English fullbacks in Atletico. I swear, Trippier and someone else. Get someone from Totty. Offer them Ben White, bros. Martinelli, Gorka, give us Alvarez. Oh, it's almost a fucking equaliser. You came what I mean? Landon Dakes. 85 minutes gone. That could be Scotland's last chance. Yeah, bros. Bayern Munich have got themselves a very, very, very decent footballer there. But yeah, bros. I don't know. Buwadi is a must. Because Tonali ain't that great. And he's already said he wants to go to Tottenham, so I reckon that happens. Elliot Anderson, we don't want him at that kind of money. Now, he's only going up with every World Cup game. And we're just inviting the PSGs. Because PSGs are huge admirers of him. They like young players, bro. They'll sell Fabian Diaz. Do you know what I mean? To us. And go get him. I swear to God. Bayern Munich, I reckon, will go in for him. Liverpool are already in for him. Chelsea are going to join the queue. We're going to leave it till it gets now a silly price. Fuck me. So that, yeah, where you're going to have to offer silly, silly money. Loco, too soft, bro. And in personal terms, you're going to have to offer silly money. Here, what you want to do, look. It's going to cost a lot of money. And we'll end up backing down for an Adam Wharton instead. And guess what? He'll get injured in the first game of the season. 87 minutes, 3 minutes plus stoppages for Scotland. Tedeschi, that's Jacane, what I mean there. Shouts out to you, Caicedo, Buzz. What do you mean? Do you think Rice is triple the player of him? Do you think Elliot Anderson is triple the player of him? Again, it depends what you want him to do. Again, Caicedo will never score 10 or assist 10 a season. But mate, he's a great defensive midfielder. Last season, he seemed to lose his head a couple of times, a couple of rash challenges. But he was a shit Chelsea team with a PE teacher as a manager. A PE teacher, mate. Like maybe give Alonso a season, you know what I mean? I don't know. What happens to that Gittins? Who do we buy from Chelsea this year? Oh, I'm telling you. Gittins, left winger. No. Garnacho. Oh shit, maybe I do want to Zolis. We're going to get Gittins or Garnacho, guys. Alonso's going to want to sell the both of them and bring in a proper good left winger. Shut up. I'll knock you out. This dog wants to go out. Bro, you'll go out soon, innit? Shall I put you in the garden real quick? Morocco now, letting every minute go, run down. They do know if there's one thing about Scotland, they're fucking bartlers. Do you know what I mean? Very cheap, bro. And if you'd done it before the World Cup, that could have been 50 mil. 55 mil. There was talks of 40 and 45 back in January. You could have done this before the World Cup at 50. What did we hold on for? Like for me, it was always obvious how good this guy is. I'm not a fucking scout or nothing, bro. As soon as you see this boy, and I couldn't give a fuck it was in France, and you know what I think of France. But at 17, he was just controlling midfield. I can't believe France didn't call him up. He qualifies both for France and Morocco. Maybe he's patriotic, he wanted his parents' nation, but I just think Morocco coming quicker. And France was second guessing like Arsenal. But Rodgers we're going to overpay for badly. Okay, he's a great player and he does score that special goal. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of goals last year where I just thought was it Tottenham as well, White Hart Lane, where you just think, fuck me, bro, where did you just pull that off from? And it shouldn't have been the priority signing because I think it's a left winger. And I think Zubamendi was that bad. That Man City are paying a premium, bros, to try and fix their Rodri situation. I'm surprised they've never went for Sassedo as well, just tested the water. Enzo Fernandez is another one, bros. A nine midfielder. But even he can lack discipline and go forward. The Sassedos, the Rices, the Elliot Anderson, bros, they're too in tune with their position. Liverpool last year could have done with a Sassedo or Rice so bad. Seriously, I think that's what made Jurgen Klopp quit after not getting Sassedo. He needed a midfielder. They didn't back him for Bellingham. Then they made this mad dash for Sassedo, but I hear now Sassedo had already basically made up his mind in Chelsea, so it could have been a bit of a PR stunt. You know what I mean? Six minutes of injury time, guys. Straight on. I was this dog would fucking try and murder me, but yeah, I'll definitely. Who knows? Could I do a never live? Shouts out to Yui. But only maybe you'll be there, Yui. So, maybe it seems pointless. Maybe a quick little refreshment break, get a drink. Poor old Scotland. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Turkey should smash up Panama as well. Is that at 5 a.m? Will you be awake at them sort of times, bro? Is Kenan starting? Come on, Scotland. Get a draw, wee man. Oh, that is so poor. Is it two for Morocco, people? No. That looked like that was saved. It looked like it's a Morocco corner. And the time is ticking away. No, it's a goal kick. Man, that was a blatant save. Wow. Buwadi again wins the ball. The boy is too good. Chelsea, the whole world is going to good for this guy. What are we waiting for, Yui? Robertson, new Tottenham defender. McTominay. Can Scotland mount one last chance? I can't believe no one's going for Krookie, bros. I can't believe it. I know it won't harm him one more year at Bournemouth. But it's going to be one more year more expensive. Like Bawadi. Would we have went for him if he didn't do well in the World Cup the last couple of games? It should have been wrapped up before the World Cup. There's always Rashford, Yuri. There's always Rashford. Exactly a 2-hour stream, guys. Should I come back for a live versus Brazil? I'm mesmerised. Bawadi is different, man. I've seen enough. He's better than Saseda already. Exactly. And I reckon in the season or two he can be. Just Sacedo's got that snap of a tackle, everything. Ideal for Premier League football. Trust me about Saceda, bro. Trust me. Someone will take him eventually. Man City, Real Madrid. Someone will take him. And you'll be like, okay. Just Chelsea have been so bad. But yeah, Bawadi is different class things. And Lille can almost ask what they want. And a bidding war could commence. They could end up getting 70, 80 easy for this guy. 1 minute left for Scotland. Guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. You are the man of the match. McTominay battling. But Bawadi, of course, does him. And Morocco on the attack. The boy's too good. Wide. So yeah, Bawadi, massively important. Rodgers, get rid of Odegaard, get rid of Nwari then. No time for being sentimental out here if you're the champions and you want to win the Champions League. A right back if Ben White goes. If Ben White's still there, cool. Get a natural left back. What touched me? And then sell Calla fucking for me. Do you know what I mean? We need a natural left back or a right back. Timber, I love you. Wow. But even the World Cup made me new. The boy is a little bit plastic. I've just seen fucking Scotland go close. Well, it wasn't. It was a defensive clearance. Something touched me out of nowhere, weird. Please don't think I'm going mad. Is there a flower in me? I can't see it. I'm going mad. I'll fuck up that fibre. I'll burn him. I'll torture him. But Scotland, corner. Last chance, Celine. The 6 minutes are up, people. It looks like they've defended it. Braveheart are not so fucking brave and now drag this man back. What was the point of that? And that is that for Scotland this evening. Brazil are next, people. Shouts out to you, E. What is next? It is Turkey, Paraguay at 4 a.m. and Brazil versus Haiti next. And there is the final whistle. Braveheart have not been so brave. Terrible from the brave-hearted ones. Fancy a football bet now, bros. Do you know what I mean? No time for sentiments, bros. If Nwari's got to go, cool. Odegaard, the same. But if Odegaard, if we can't get him sold, we're going to make him battle in the central midfield. Hence why we haven't got Bawadi yet. It could be Odegaard, Skelly, Rice, and Zubimendi, and Mourinho all battling to be the central two. And then Eze and maybe Rodgers battling to be the number 10. But for me, Rodgers starts the season at Arsenal as a left winger. That ain't exciting me. So you're going to have to add something to excite me. Add a Bawadi. Add a little ingredient here and there. But guys, it's time for me to go walk this dog. Shouts out to all the real ones. Wow. I thought Scotland could have got a draw tonight, but they have been defeated. Gary Tierney defeated. Andy Robertson defeated. Ben Dohak defeated. That's quite a shit one, 2-11. So shouts out to Scotland for even being at the races. Morocco go marching on. They're going to be a danger in this World Cup to a lot of teams. But it is time for me to go, people. Let me go walk this dog. Shouts out to you, you're a real one. And yeah, transfer news. I'm going to go and look around, see if there's anything I missed. I was obviously in the manor today. So yeah, I couldn't tell you if there's been any progress with Buadi or Diomande or anything important. I'm sure the news would have hit me. Barcola, Liverpool have still got him on ice just in case they fell for Yan Diomande. It makes me wonder how much we're actually in for Bradley Barcola. But guys, peace out. God bless. Please like, please subscribe. And who knows, I might be back for the Brazil game. Shouts out to my beautiful son Thierry. I fucking love you, boy. And I will see you Sunday, Father's Day. Daddy and Thierry's Day. Look at these Scotland fans. They still look delighted with themselves. Listen, Brazil are pretty shit. Who knows? Maybe a draw against Brazil. And maybe they'll still go through as a unlucky third place team. So there's going to be a few. But right, guys, we're out of the building. We're going to go lock on for Brazil. Peace out. God bless. Keep it down the AFC TV. And I will catch you tomorrow, people. Peace out. Please get a like on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Commiserations to Scotland. But at least they've got another chance against Brazil in about 4 days' time. England next, people. And I will be covering the game. Tomorrow's best game. Let me look at the fixtures. Peace out. God bless. Brazil, Hattie, I don't think I'll be back for that. And hopefully Turkey can do a job against Panama tonight. Shouts out to Turkey. Shouts out to Brazil. And dearly, me Scotland. Efforts must be doubled. You ken what I mean, eh? Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow, people. Thierry, love you, boy. And as for Arsenal, pull your finger up. Get Buadi, get Rodgers, get Alvarez. Get it done. And get me a natural left or right back. ASAP. Minimum 4 signings, Arsenal. Peace, people. God bless you.